bring on my first guest, Jay Wazelle with Stewart Title. Jay, originally from West Virginia, has called the Tampa Bay area home since 1982. He began his sales and marketing career when Cellular One entered into the Tampa Bay real estate market, and under the tutelage of a sales manager who firmly believed in personal development, Jay honed his skills that allowed him to spend 16 successful years in the information technology industry and the last 8 years creating success in the real estate industry. Jay Wazelle is a seasoned sales and marketing professional who adds value to his client's business operation by leveraging his experience and knowledge as a 25-year veteran. Jay, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate you having me.
Hey, I see you're from West Virginia. I am too, interestingly enough.
A fellow mountaineer. Gotta love that.
Yeah, it's always exciting to see people from West Virginia. I myself grew up, in West Virginia, and came down to Florida when I was 18. So always fun to see people from West Virginia down here.
Now, you and Jack Harris are on the local radio here from West Virginia.
Yeah. We have such a negative reputation to people outside the state for some reason, but we're successful people as well. We're not all backwoods, country people.
I do
living
drive
in a shack.
pickup truck though.
Yeah. I got a car. I've never been a truck guy, but coming from West Virginia, everybody seems to have a truck up there.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about yourself and about a little bit more about Stewart Title.
Well, I appreciate that, Jamie. Yeah, I did move down here in September of 1982, so been in the Tampa Bay area 32 years. I pretty much consider it home now. Occasionally get back to West Virginia to visit family and friends or maybe go to a football game or something like that. But I love living in the Tampa Bay area, and as you mentioned, for the past 8 years or so have been in the real estate industry down here. Started out as an active agent, and then got involved in the title insurance side of things in 2006, and have been lucky enough to sustain a career through some of these downturns in the industry in the title business. Recently with Stewart Title, very happy and honored to be with them. It's great being with a company that's recognized as a leader in the industry, one that's been around for 120 years and really has started. Was there with the start of the insurance industry and have been developing products and services to service that community ever since.
Yeah, that's an important point, I want to raise. And Stewart Title is a regular contributor to the show, and I thank them for that as well. And when you're getting title insurance, it's very, and especially with the foreclosed properties, because they, like I said earlier, they are a haven for title problems. You want to work with a reputable title insurer, and the benefits of Stewart Title, they're a national lender, and they also underwrite many policies for other title insurers as well, if you want to elaborate on that.
That's right, Jamie. I do appreciate that. We are the company, not an agency, so we do underwrite a lot of the policies that other agencies around the country or here in town use. We also service the lender community, as you mentioned, the builder community, and recently, and maybe most importantly now, homeowners. Buyers can get some help with quotes from insurance company for their homeowners insurance. We can help them with that. We even have a concierge service. If somebody's moving down here from up north, needs some help with getting utilities turned on and other things like that, we have a concierge service that can help, and other specialty type insurances. But title insurance is what we mainly provide. And that's a little bit unique product because most other insurances that people buy, whether it's life or auto or home or health or whatever, protects you against possibly events that will happen in the future. Where title insurance is going to protect that home buyer from events that could have happened in the past. And you talked a little bit in your first segment about ownership and encumbrance issues, and those are very common. A little bit more difficult in the foreclosure market, but for a regular listing out there, I encourage those listing agents to engage your favorite title company, hopefully that's Stewart, but get them engaged early so that you can uncover those ownership and encumbrance issues before you actually get a contract signed, and then that clock is ticking. You've got a closure date on the contract, typically 30 days away, and as you mentioned, there may be some issues that need to be resolved that will take longer than that. So always encourage you to get your title company involved early.
Absolutely. And you're also a preferred provider for many many banks out there, including Fannie Mae, correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Yeah, so that obviously speaks very highly of the Stewart Title brand when the banks are looking to them to provide title insurance for their properties as well. Now, Stewart also has an online transaction management tool as well, and that's not uncommon. That's not common with title companies in the area. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, all parties to the transactions, the consumers, the agents involved, lenders that are involved, have access to Stewart Online, where they can 24/7 check the progress of the transaction as it's moving through the system towards closing. So that's available to all parties of the transaction that would like to log in and see that.
Yeah, and that's something, like I said, it's not very common and a great asset to have with a title company, the ability to see, transaction management, from the title company.
Yeah. And it goes just a little bit further. If there's a particular document or something that we need from, say, the lender that's involved, they can easily scan that in and post it up to the website so that it's available.
And tell me a little bit about the owner's title insurance policy, and then there's a lender's title insurance policy. Tell me a little bit about that and how they work.
At closing, the owner's title policy, like I mentioned, protects that buyer from future claims against the ownership of that property. As a seller transfers a piece of property, there's really no way that they can 100% absolutely guarantee that there will never be a encumbrance or future ownership issue, other than having their title company do an exhaustive search and exam and issue an insurance policy against that. Mm-hmm. That way it's foolproof. So that owner's policy protects the future, the buyer, the owner of that property. There's another policy that protects the lender if there's one involved in the transaction, so that their interests are protected as well. So there's a couple different actual insurance products that are involved in the transaction, but the owner's policy is the most prevalent.
And there's also a reissue credit out there for existing policies. Talk to us a little bit about what a reissue credit is.
Whenever there's a transaction that has taken place just a short time ago, say 3 years ago, then there's a reissue credit that can be applied to the new policy because the coverage doesn't have to go back as far.
Okay, and that's something that a lot of agents need to talk with their home sellers about. Ask them for a copy of their title insurance policy.
Ask them for a copy of the policy, and just check the dates, and that kind of thing, and then provide that to the title company that's working on the transaction, on the deal, and they'll be able to apply that reissue credit.
So if you're a seller in the Tampa Bay market, make sure you're getting that to your realtor, especially if you just owned the home in the last couple of years. If it's older than that, then that won't apply.
That won't apply, but it not only for a sale purchase transaction, but also a refinance.
Okay, and that can save you some money because it is traditionally seller paid in the Tampa Bay region. It varies in different areas and stuff, but in the Tampa Bay region, it is traditional for the seller to pay the owner's title policy. Jay, real quick here, how can people off the air get in touch with Stewart Title here?
Appreciate that, Jamie. My phone number is 813-463-3750. My email address is j.wazelle, that's WAZELLE @stewart.com, or visit our local website, stewart.com/Tampa.
Okay, and also you can find them up on the TampaBayRadio.com website. Stewart Title, a preferred provider to the Jamie Meloni Real Estate Show. And Jay, always a pleasure. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Jamie. We're honored to be here.
Thank you very much, Jay. If you're just tuning in, you've been listening here to the Jamie Meloni Real Estate Show here on 1250 Wins, WHNZ. Stay tuned. Coming back here in a moment, we're going to be talking with Sarah Poya of Floor & Decor, all about flooring and design options for your home.
Thinking about buying a home? Find out how the HUD Home Store can help you. Visit HUDHomestore.com. Look at HUD homes available for sale near you.